5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Today's episode is brought to you by the only sponsor worthy of the spotlight, the patron saint of chaotic brilliance himself, Nicolas Cage. I said it a million times and I'll keep saying it until the sun burns out. He's the greatest actor alive. Every genre, every era, every performance. A man who commits so hard he bends the fabric of the movie around him. So if you enjoyed today's breakdown, thank the Cage. If you don't, that's on us. Nicolas Cage had nothing to do with that.
You need to forget this place.
Oh,
You're just not meant to be here.
Don't leave him. Don't serve him.
Hello and welcome to the Worst Movie Ever Made, an experimental movie podcast designed with one thing in mind: to find the worst movie ever made. I'm your host, Chris Ackman. I'm joined by my co-host, development scientist, Rob Scucci, and Bob Pasek. Hey guys, how are you? And why are we doing The Surfer?
I'm doing great because your friend. What's your friend's name again? I keep saying Jeff.
Jeff.
Is it Jeff?
Yeah,
your friend
Jeff.
Jeff, right? Because your friend Jeff suggested we do it, and we already hit the max bad movie episode threshold for our mailbag season, but we had to answer to the mailbag. Thank you, Jeff. I loved The Surfer. It's doing pretty good on Rotten Tomatoes, so we're going to debate today whether or not it's a good or bad movie, because next week is Good Movie Week, but I think The Surfer is pretty good. Bob, how are you?
I was told that the people that love Nicolas Cage are an occult-like obsession.
No,
yes.
No, because I watched Gunslingers, and I gave it a 1 star on my review job because it sucks and it's fucking awful. So you know, I'm not in a cult. I'm objective. He's just objectively awesome most of the time. But go ahead. I digress.
No, I'm way ready. Let's get to it.
All right. We're going to explain this. Bob explanation. Here we go.
Bob, it's time for the best explanation.
Hell yeah, sick. I need that shit up.
Bob?
Bob?
All right.
We're explaining The Surfer alliteration first. Here we go.
Yep.
Okay, I got it. Soul-surfing, snobby, scumbag sociopaths. Sabotage, shame, scold, but the son of a sandy and sea-soaked suicidal slip and slider.
Holy shit.
I'm going to need you to just email that one to me. I fucked up. I lost my momentum, and I can't reclaim it.
I'm so happy about it.
Well, it's hard to grab onto something that's sandy and slippery at the same time. So
That is true. I had my dark reader off because it's dark over here. All right.
I like sea-soaked suicidal slip and slider. That was the piece.
Primo.
Okay, so this really is easy to explain. Nick Cage plays the unnamed surfing obsessed, soon to be divorced dad and father of a surfing teenage boy. Cage is referred to in the credits as Surfer and is trying to buy his dead dad's old house on the Australian surfing beachfront.
Yep.
The local surfers have a fraternity of sorts who brand each other and bully anybody trying to surf on their beach.
Yeah.
Don't leave ya, don't surf ya. Whatever. Yeah, I can say it better when I'm thinking about it. And by bully, I mean they do illegal things while also being quite abusive.
Yes.
Now, they focus heavily on Cage's character, and we find out why at the end. It's really a short first act of a setup, an overly repetitive second act of abuse, and then a 15-minute third act. It's, in my opinion, a very unsatisfying resolution.
agreed.
But that's just my
All
opinion.
right.
Well, I can't say that I absolutely hated this, but I did agree with everything you just said, Bob, and we'll get into why a little later. For now, why don't we throw it to the best YouTube comment?
And just to jump in, I'd say I enjoyed the ride more than the destination, but I liked the ride enough for that not to bother me too much.
I was a little worried in like the first third of the movie that I was going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
But
All right.
it got very clippable towards the end, as you'll see when we get to the piece of shit.
All right. So here's YouTube.
comment from YouTube.
So here's a problem. I commented on our account on the paid version saying, Bob doesn't know what he's talking about. This movie is awesome. But then I found this gem. Now, it's in all caps. There's no punctuation aside from like an ellipses separated by commas, like frequently. There's plenty of these. And I'm going to read this to the best of my ability. It starts with a string of emojis. 1 US. Rainbow. Christmas tree. What appears to be a glass of milk. A banana. A cross. A cigarette. A cup of black coffee. A muscly arm. A ninja. A football. And a trophy. Now this is in all caps. Now remember, this is in all caps. When this shit got released, I ran into Samurai Sam. Shakabra emoji. What lies behind every wave? Ocean blue. Samurai Sam looks out across the sea while Kelly Scout hits the surfer. You ever seen an unlit hell? Grab breast. Sunday, June 15th, 2025. He's a hero, she's a shark, and he is a Cub Scout with a Coca-Cola. 3 lives come together in one summer. I wonder what God's trying to say there. I don't, Sam, but you know this girl is the superhero named the Surfer. Surf's up. Nah, for real, God ain't idle with messages. What about them dark clouds? Shakabra emoji. No, if that's God, she looks pissed, Sam. You ain't kidding. You know, if you look with the right angle, looks like a wave out of heaven. Wonder what brought her down this time. And then on our worst movie ever made YouTube account, I said I felt the exact same way about this movie.
Schizophrenic?
Sounded.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of the words coming out of your mouth, let's hear more of them as we throw it to the worst production.
It's Smack Daddy.
That
El
was funny.
Nino calling you up, man.
His emoji game tight, though. Everybody knows that.
Ooh, the worst production.
Okay, my tagline for worst production is just unappealing premise. That's
All right.
no, yeah. So the inspiration for this movie was solely this group called the Lunada Bay Boys, or simply the Bay Boys, a surfer gang in Palos Verdes, California, known for aggressive localism. And in 2016, Newsweek called them like America's most notorious surf gang. And although the group had nonviolent beginnings, like in the 1960s, after the original guys left, younger and more violent guys started coming in. And they used public harassment, intimidation, and confronted people and bullied them. And some of the acts they did were hassling people, intimidation, vandalizing vehicles, slashing tires, throwing rocks, and inciting violence against non-locals. So it's kind of like Norbit, where this kind of behavior is not justified or acceptable. Like, there's no one who's going to say, I don't know, like, it's so sure. Scally gets his comeuppance, right? He does.
Yeah.
But the rest of the gang is like, yeah, we get to move forward with Cage. We're all accepted as being part of something so fucking stupid and childish and abusive. Like, we're suddenly like on the side of the mature surf dorks, and I hate it for that, because I'm like, I don't want to see that. Like, just as much as I didn't want to see Norbit get abused, I didn't want to see surfers harass people and get away with it. I just didn't like it.
Rob, I don't know if it's your gain or what, but like I can hear your typing so like clear. I don't know what it is.
It's fine. I will adjust when I can.
Okay, yeah, no worries.
Right.
We talked about that before, actually.
Oh, you were talking. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I was like trying to listen to both, and I was like, "Damn, Rob types fast." But
things
also,
are in closer proximity, so let me just do this.
All right. Oh, okay.
All right.
Maybe that'll help.
Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. All right, unappealing premise, and agreed again. Not to agree with Bob, because we have a hard stance against one another when it comes to billiards, but in this movie, it looks like we're seeing eye to eye. So let's throw it to the piece by piece of shit. shit.
Pardon my guest. Don't undercut me, shorty.
All right.
I'm gonna miss
So
that.
Nicolas Cage plays the surfer, a guy who really wants to go surfing with his son in Australia. The beach is beautiful and it's overlooking like gorgeous homes, which the surfer intends to show his son specifically because he's in the process of closing on one. As Bob mentioned before, it was his father's house. It means a lot to him. In their gear and with their boards, they head down to the beach and start. They want to hang 10, but they're stopped by the cartoonish villains. These men say, "Don't live here, don't surf here."
Yeah.
Mine wasn't any better. A line which we hear about 400 times, as you can tell, because Bob and I already said it in the next 90 minutes. The surfer and the angry local nearly come to blows when another man approaches. His name is Scully, and he's the leader of the Bay Boys, the locals only surf bullies. The surfer and his son are convinced to leave, but the experience really sticks in his craw, Cage's craw, that is. He hangs in the parking lot and watches the Bay Boys' nighttime activities. They gallivant, they do party drugs, and they touch each other like bros. The Bay Boys get 12 pizzas, and the surfer, who is hungry at this point, figures he can get one of those, because who's counting the pizzas? So he asks the delivery guy if he can buy one, which leads us into our first clip, second clip, next clip, what have you. This is On It.
Hey, can you spare one of those?
Miss Scully? You a Bay Boy?
No, but they're not going to miss one pizza in 20. How much?
You? $100.
$100 for a pizza? Are you out of your mind? Oh, okay. Look, here.
Here we go.
Hope it's anchovy.
Anchovy. Why does he say it like that? Anchovy.
Yeah, it was weird. Yeah. Hope it's anchovy.
Hope it's anchovy.
This guy trying to gather every dollar he can to buy this fucking house. He spends $100 on a pizza.
Yep.
Take your car around the block to the local, Hungry Jack or whatever, and pick up a Outback burger or whatever the fuck and eat it.
Yeah.
And then come back and spy on them again. He has a lot of money. He has a really nice car. He has a phone.
Yeah.
He has all this shit, and he decides to buy a $100 pizza off this kid, which could, by the way, really piss off the locals because we don't even know. It's like pizza roulette. What if one of those guys is a vegetarian and they got the works pizza?
Yeah.
And he grabbed that one. Then they're gonna be like, "Where
point.
the fuck is the Veggie Works pizza?"
Yeah.
It's just a problem for me. I count my pizzas. If I get 5 pizzas, I'm making sure there's 5 pizzas.
We live in an economy where if you order a pizza the same week your rent check goes out, it could ruin your life potentially. So I'm counting my pizza.
Count your pizza. Dumbass then puts that $100 fucking pizza in his car and goes and gets water in the bathroom attached to the parking lot, which is like one of the few scene breaks that we get from the fucking parking lot. Is the bathroom attached to the parking lot.
Yeah.
When he returns, lo and behold, the pizza is upside down on the concrete and the surfboard is missing. He goes down to the party to get his board back and he nearly gets himself killed in the process.
Yeah.
After being chased off again, he calls the police. He wants his board back. He wants his surf, and he wants that house. Yeah, that's what he's determined, right?
Yeah,
so determined that it doesn't fucking make sense. The policeman is obviously in cahoots with the gang, if not a Bay Boy himself, and he does nothing to help the surfer. In fact, he threatens to arrest Cage if he doesn't leave. So Cage's car battery is now dead because he was running it like a fucking idiot. One of many, many, many irresponsible, idiotic decisions that
you know what?
Need to fuck off.
We go to the drive-in and we leave the engine running because having your light and stereo on kills the battery. The alternator is what charges the battery essentially. So how was he to know? I'm just saying.
By the way, the cops in California were the same way apparently. They just didn't. They
really? They were just cool with the locals.
Like it seems like this story was not original at all. They just ripped the headlines and said, "Let's make a movie."
So they don't even have that.
I think if you're really into surf culture, this might be a better movie. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't think so, because Jeff, my buddy who suggested this, is a surf culture kind of person who was like, this is based on like a true story, but it's total bullshit. He worded it differently, but so he goes to the bathroom to like take a dump or something, and the local homeless crazy man who we met earlier, I didn't mention yet, it comes into the bathroom, and Cage like peeks over the top of the stall to see what he's doing, and he hides what we think could possibly be dog shit, given the red plastic bag context clues on the top of a wall, because he is a crazy guy. Looks like he's just like hiding dog shit, and we're like,
for later.
I thought your dog was missing. Yeah, I thought your dog was missing. Why do you have dog shit? You know. So that guy is sure that Scully has killed his dog and that he had something to do with his son's death. So the local homeless crazy guy who has like a weird car in the parking lot is he's vehemently against the leader of the local Bay Boys, which we can understand why, because from the surfer's perspective, they are all douchebags. So just keep that in mind. Back in the parking lot, the surfer gets a woman to. Okay, go ahead.
No, did you catch the homeless guy's name in the credits?
No,
he's just the bum. So we have the surfer, and we have the bum.
He's not even the beach bum.
You know what? I like when movies do that though, because like, Nicolas Cage, he was the hero in Prince of the Ghostland as well. But I like that because I don't like knowing. I know faces and actions more than names. And
I've seen it done well. I have seen
just know like there's a surfer and a bum. It's like, okay, so when I refer to them as the surfer and the bum, like I don't sound like an idiot because that's what they're billed as. So I'm a fan of that.
It's done well in Reservoir Dogs.
I'm used to that being I'm used to that being in a more artistic or better directed movie, and this just wasn't it.
Okay.
Right. I don't mean to bring up Bob's favorite director, Quentin Tarantino, again. I know that I tickle those toes a little too often, but anyway, so we get back to the parking lot, and the surfer gets a woman to help him jump his car, and then like he's like reminiscing about like his days on the beach and like thinking about what's coming, and we get this like really awkward zoom in on what I think is the most offensive moment. It's Cage's look in this movie, which is like he's like super orange, not tan. He's like orange, like head to toe, hair, makeup included.
He's got a
like
yuppie tan. He's got like the yuppie tan. Yeah, he's got the whole yuppie look going on.
Yeah, I don't really.
California
it
yuppie.
Looks awful. But anyway, why don't we hear him out? This one is a clip called Luna Bay.
Yes, it is.
I used to be a writer for a bit back in the day.
Oh, okay. What'd you write about?
Surfing, just for a few small zines, but chased the waves around the world for a couple of years.
Sounds idyllic.
Well, I don't know if living on beans in a van can be described as idyllic, but it might just be the last time I had a good night's sleep.
So what happened to you after that?
The love of my life happened. I mean, I always knew I'd come home to Australia one day, but it's this place. Luna Bay. Promised my wife we'd live here. I'm actually buying my old family property right up there on Clifftop Drive.
All right, so to the film's credit, I know you guys are going to dunk on this anyways, but the sound design and the film score are fucking awesome.
I didn't hate it.
Because it gets to a point where it's like, is he also a bum himself wandering around like imagining this like idyllic life for himself, but he's completely lost it? And the music hints at that. And like to the point where there's a clip later where like it's about his car. It vindicates you at some point because the music makes him seem very unreliable because there's no way people could be treating him that poorly and all of this stuff could be happening to him in this visceral of a way.
I think that's what the awkward zoom in is about, to be honest with you, to give the movie more credit than I want to. I think that they want you to feel like he could be. They're teasing the fact that he's a little.
He's the bum. Yeah.
Yeah.
They do tease that. I'm not going to disagree. The sound design is good, especially when you compare it to a Birdemic when they're at the beach and that's all you hear is the fucking
Wind, the movie. Yeah,
yeah, The Wind, the movie. Too true. No, I agree. So why won't he leave the parking lot though? I kind of brought this up before, and like at this point when he gets the car back, like, which by the way, I never saw him start the car with the hookup. He just like hooks up the jumper cables and the car starts without. Don't you have to rev the gas?
No, I mean that can help, but I mean if you just have an idling car hooked up to your car, it'll get enough juice to it. I think. Oh yeah. It's like it's like the same thing as hitting Control S when you're on Google Docs, even though it autosaves. It's still this little thing where it makes the cursor flicker to make your brain think you're actually hitting save because it's like people are used to doing that. Even though it doesn't do anything.
I'm not a car guy or a computer guy, so I have been tuned in and tuned out.
That was a reach, and I am a computer guy, and that was a big reach.
No,
I have no idea what we just said.
If you hit save in Google Docs, it does a thing where your mouse like flickers like, as if it's like updating and saving, but it auto saves. It doesn't actually. You pressing that doesn't do anything. And I think just like revving the engine doesn't do anything for jumping a car. You don't need to do it.
Yeah,
but I think you used to have to. I think you used to have to do it, and people still do it because no one told them otherwise. Yeah.
Now that I'm like going on 40, I think that's still a thing.
I tell students all the time, it saves automatically, but if it makes you feel better, you can still save it.
I save everything a million times. And I still lose it somehow, so go figure.
Yeah, right. It's those Windows updates. How was your Tuesday, by the way?
It's not Patch. Guys, scroll on the text feed. It's the second Tuesday of every month, and Patch Update Tuesday affects you whenever it feels like it.
Yeah.
You can't stay on top of it because it thrusts itself upon you. All right, go ahead.
And by the way, last week this laptop just dropped my Discord in the middle of our show, so I don't. It just like restarted my computer. It didn't tell me why. It didn't say updates. Nothing. It just restarted my computer. So I don't know why it needed a quick nap, but I'm praying to God that doesn't happen this episode. Right. So if it does, I apologize in advance. Frustratingly, he heads up to get a coffee at the adjacent Java pop-up, which is really weird that like right next to like toilets, they have a coffee place for only the locals. Like how many are there? Like how do you sustain your coffee business if like people aren't even allowed there? I guess, yeah. Well, there are other nefarious practices happening at this Java shop, so we'll talk about that.
Stealing really nice watches.
Yeah, exactly. Leads us to our number one most offensive moment. This is something Bob put in the chat, but that's just something I could not help but agree with. Bob, I guess I'm just giving you a reach around today. But somehow the barista gets Cage to do an insane trade. Cage wants his phone charged so that he can use Apple Pay to get a fucking flat white. Nice. I like flat white. Yeah. And the coffee monger wants his father's watch as collateral for a flat white, which should be about a $3 drink at Starbucks. Yeah. Never mind in Australia. I don't know if I don't know what their prices are, but it's not invaluable. Watch that means a lot to you as a trade. So I say no, and definitely not doing that trade. But he does it anyway. Gives his dad watch away for a fucking cup of coffee.
I think he was doing it on good faith. Be like, hey man, like I'm cool, you're cool. I need your charger. I'll buy a coffee. I think that's what they're trying to do. I'm not saying they did it well. I'm just saying that's what the vibe they were going for was.
The barista was such a dick. I mean, like
he was such a douchebag.
Does he want business, or is he in with the Serve Gang? Like, is that what you're supposed to believe? That they're all in?
Yeah, all the locals are colluding against Ref, or what? I spoiled the title of the next clip.
That's where it's not. That's where it's not faithful to the source material because it was just the Serve Gang and the cops.
Yeah, but it did not include the lady of Middle Eastern origin who helped him jump her car, but every male who is in the local scene is part of the Bay Boys, as far as we can tell, including the realtor who pretends like he doesn't even know who Cage is.
Yeah, that was weird.
Which I thought about clipping, but the context wouldn't really make sense for clipping. So, I'm just like, fuck this watch trade, man. Just go home to your hotel or whatever the fuck. Charge your phone and then come back.
Yeah.
You know, get some gas. Charge your phone. Get a cheeseburger. Shut the fuck up. You know, everyone in this movie is comically over the top.
Obtuse.
They're all just total dickheads.
Yeah.
It's not just the men though. It's women, the dogs, kids, what have you. Everyone is just a douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
So to give you a good sense for this, here's an example, something that Rob foreshadowed just a moment ago. Here's a clip called Riffin.
It really makes me never want to go to Australia. It's the only thing.
Yeah, for real. Never mind the spiders and snakes and shit. People.
He's a good girl. Good girl.
It's sickening, isn't it?
Nah, they're good lads, really. Local boys.
They're bullies. And they're breaking the law.
Men are like engines. You've got to release a little steam now
pipe.
and then or you blow up. Better let it out down there than at home. Stop them beating the Botox out of their wives. So be it.
God damn.
And it keeps the riffraff out.
I could smell that breath while watching that scene. Her cigarette breath that just smells like dime store perfume that she wrung out of her fucking panties from the night before.
Oh. What, into her mouth?
Yes.
Was she also like a desperate homeless person?
Well,
looking
women
for
are like
women
are like engines, you see, and they need to fuel themselves with their various secretions.
They kind of bring out the panties to save the moisture in Australia.
Yeah,
you know, it's dry out there, man.
You don't have any trouser spiders.
So the non-local people who were featured getting pulverized in the beginning of this clip on the beach were warned by the surfer not to try to surf there. They go anyway, and you see.
And they were dicks too. They were dicks too.
They were dicks. They were dicks.
And then he's like picking his teeth off the ground. The next scene.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
F slur.
It's like why? I guess you get what you get. But why do we want them to get their just desserts from like villains that we can't stand anyway? I just don't. None of this made a whole lot of to me. Cage calls his boss on the payphone to tell him minimal info because that's all he does in this movie. Like aggravatingly little all the time. He gets the receptionist though, who tells him to that they'll call him back on the payphone at 9 a.m. in the morning. So. Where am I? The Bay Boys. Okay, so I tried to do like a little swap-aroo on my outline here because I felt like I had it out of order, but now I'm just confusing myself. So the Bay Boys are having some kind of strange sexual like surf and branding ritual down at their like hut on the beach. But Cage goes down there and he gets caught peeping on them, and he gets chased off again. This time he had like a crowbar. I don't know what he was planning on doing with that against like 12 dudes. But like a dog barks, and then they're all like, "Oh shit, there's somebody out there!" And then they see him and they chase him in the parking lot and somehow lose him, even though he's like in the brush right outside the parking lot. It's like, ridiculous that they can't find him. Which happens again and again in this second act, where he like barely evades their capture, maybe intentionally on their part, if you want to give them credit. So the next morning, the barista is gone, which means that he has no charged phone, no watch, and no car. He's now like out of resources. So he heads up to the payphone for that all important call, but the locals have cut the receiver, and he is truly fucked because now he can't even mention to the receptionist or his boss that he's like stranded in this parking lot. And he's so like he's just, it's a slow descent, but at this point he's like debating whether or not he's a homeless bum. You know, no food, no water, no shelter. Cage feels it necessary to climb into the old man's car. Where is the old man?
Well, that's
He's
the red
very
herring. They're trying. That's the red herring. They want you to think like,
I
oh, he never
know.
had the nice car. He is the old man.
Yes,
He's
this is
damaged
where it
goods.
comes in.
He's
Like
been
you saw
doing
it
this for
coming
a
20
long
minutes before
time.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he like gets into the car and you're like, okay, well they're gonna be playing and like making the crazy old man. He just sees himself as a young guy because they even show him on like the porch of the house he's buying, overlooking the ocean. He's like looking at himself like, oh, and you're like, okay, so he's gonna be crazy. That's dumb. It's just weird that it might. Yeah, honestly, it would have been more like run of the mill, but
I'm glad he
would've
didn't
been-
end up being the old guy for that reason, because like that's every
Yeah.
psychological thriller is like, oh, the killer was actually me.
He was crazy.
Every time, you know.
It was a dream, or like, oh, he's actually in the mental hospital.
Stranger Things is actually just a game of D&D, and then they finish their campaign at the end of season 5. Is the prevailing theory. That I will shoot my I will buy a gun, wait the 5 days for the background check, and then shoot my TV if that's what happens.
Okay, and I will be standing on the other side of your TV with my mouth open, if that's the way that it concludes. Now we think that the surfer has hit rock bottom. Scully turns up, the guy, Scully being the leader of the Bay Boy, with food, and he says that like you can have food and we'll leave you alone if you just go away. And we hear this in our next clip. This one's called Bum.
Okay. And for those just listening, this is where he offers Nicolas Cage a sandwich and then immediately takes it from him and then eats it while belittling him.
Like what?
Like a bum. You living in this piece of junk?
Buy a house for my family here.
Family.
He's doing the gunslinger, Rob.
He really
No,
is
he's
Joe
not.
Biden.
Where's your ring? Huh? Where's your ring?
I'll do it after.
That's right. You're getting top of you, just like your old man. You lost everything, you didn't. Why isn't Mrs. Up here looking for you? It's Christmas week. Because you're a bum. Just accept it.
No. Yes. No. Yes. No.
Yes. Tell me, how old was your father when he checked out? About the same age as you are now, right?
So in Gunslingers, I can't even do it without hurting myself. Yeah, it's like I said, it's like Dom DeLuise and like a chain smoking preacher getting in a whisper fight. I can't. It's inward like this. This is what he sounds like. It's inward. It's like inward talking. Don't watch Gunslinger. It's fucking awful, dude. It's so fucking awful.
You know, I hate to say it, Bob, but you know we're going to.
It's
got to be one of the worst movies ever made. So probably
Gunslingers is like
episode
it's meant
5
to be
of
like
next season.
It's meant to be like a period accurate piece. It's like in the 90s. It's like Rockefeller era, but in the Wild West. But it's like the on South Park, those colonial people, like the 1865 people who like refuse to break character.
Yeah,
the movie gives that vibe, even though they're trying to go authentic, and it's fucking
awesome.
Anywho, go ahead.
Nice. Cage refuses to go back to his new home. The homeless man's car is where he sleeps at night instead, because he refuses to leave the beach. So he is unfortunately bitten by a rat.
Yeah,
and that's where he goes completely off the rails. Delirious with rat spit infused wounds, an empty belly, sunburn, and an overwhelming sense of defeat, Cage starts to bug the locals. Here's a clip showing just that. This one, I don't know, maybe the worst dialogue moment of the film. We did do the number 1 most offensive, but I don't think we played the bumper for that. So I'll leave it to you whether you want to do the worst dialogue or we can just get rid of that altogether. I don't even know if it says.
Let's just do the dialogue for the momentum. So Fisherman, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Hi. Can I borrow your phone? I have to call my broker. It's very important.
The music, though, it sells it.
Before Christmas, I promised my wife we'd live
At this point, I'm like, he never had those things, you know?
Dinner on the balcony.
Yes.
Excuse me. You know my broker, Mike Muldoon. I have to call. Do you have a phone? We're gonna have a nice family dinner on the balcony. Drinking on a glass of puttanesca pasta. Fisherman, you catch a fish.
Puttanesca
I
pasta.
want to take my son fishing. Yeah, I'm buying a house. I told you I was gonna get it all back, son. I'm getting it all back. You have phones. Get off. Give me a phone.
Okay. All right. So just having lived it, this is a crazy person who's too disruptive to actually just be around being crazy person perennially. Like, he could not be the bum who lives in the car in the parking lot that everyone hopes will leave, but doesn't, because he's not peaceful enough. Like, if anyone is actually that disturbing of the peace, the police will get involved. I say this because there is a local crazy guy who I don't know where he lives, but he is across the street from me in the Adams Plaza, constantly screaming at himself. But he doesn't really interact with other people. He's just smoking a cigarette and screaming at the air.
He's just interacting with the demons inside of him publicly.
Yeah, he's definitely
outwardly,
schizophrenic. It's crazy because I went to school with him. So off air, I'll tell you who that is at this point, Rob, because you probably even know who it is. But he literally just screams into the air all day long. Every time I see him, he looks a little different, maybe even a little crazier, and he's just yelling into the abyss. But he's not yelling at anyone. If he says anything to anyone, it's like, "Hey, do you have a cigarette?"
Yeah.
When he interacts with other people, it's pretty normal, but he just spends all day screaming at what I think is a mirror, you know? Like, it's pretty crazy. But he's not bothering people going into the store, is my point.
Yeah.
Like Cage is doing here, you know? So, like, you can rest assured that he's not the crazy bum guy, even though we're at this point, like...
It's heavily implied.
He is.
Yeah.
So let's keep the crazy acting going with the number one worst acting clip. This is I Have a Car.
I know you. We spoke. Do you remember me?
Yeah.
Do you remember the car I was driving?
I'm not so great on cars. Let me just... There you are.
I have a car. I have a job. I have a name.
No, you don't.
I have a son.
Here, drink some water.
That bugged me. He doesn't have a name, though.
Well, yeah.
Cage,
I have no
Cage
defense.
now has... He has proof now that he's not a crazy old homeless man living in the...
I mean, he was
even though
gaslit.
He has been the last 2 days.
He was gaslit pretty hard under like
Super
extreme
hard.
temperature and dehydration and all that. So like, I could see what they were trying to do here. Like, he was manipulated so bad by these awful people that like he started to believe them telling him he's a bum. You know.
They had to rely. The locals had to rely so heavily on coincidences, though, that it's not believable.
Yeah.
So, anyway, he runs down to the beach and beats the shit out of a bay boy.
He does.
Something happens there that I clipped as an abuser. If you want to use it now, because I'm gonna reference it later.
Are you referring to the clip that I labeled in all caps called "Eat the Rat"?
Yes.
Okay, here you go.
Dude, he was halfway to hi-ya in the beginning of that one.
Eat the rat.
He wanted to say hi-ya so bad.
Give me one more. real quickly, just for posterity. Let's just do that one more time.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I really thought the hi-ya was coming. He goes, ha! Eat the rat! I was like, he's going hi-ya, but he didn't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So him beating up the Bay Boy makes Scully all stiff in the swim shorts. And they take him in for one of those drug-induced branding sex ceremonies. This is another clip. I told you it was going to be clip-heavy towards the end. This one, it's crazy. This one's called Home.
Hey, Scully. This whole time, you knew I was going for the house? That's a good one.
This is a tight-knit community, and we're the backbone of it. You had to prove yourself, but you can rest now. 'Cause you're home. You're home.
I don't know. Like, it doesn't justify. Like, we're supposed to feel justified in all the shit he went through, but like pounding the face in of somebody who's like from Spain who just wants to surf some waves. You know, like just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah.
You know. So they know that he was trying to buy this house the whole time. All along, they knew that. They test everyone in this way, I assume, that's trying to enter the community. They're now going to help him secure the home because they've got a realtor, too, and a banker, and all this. So they're just going to, like, pull some strings and make the house happen, even though he's short on the money. So we're supposed to feel like he's in paradise. This is, like, the fantasy situation for him. As long as he's good with Scully being a bully and a bit of an Epstein. So, luckily he is. Yay. Final test. Burn the actual crazy old man's car to the ground just to prove that you're one of the Bay Boys before you and your conveniently arriving son by bicycle at the worst possible time can go surfing.
Yeah.
So Cage does agree because Scully makes a pretty good argument. He's like, "Hey, listen, the old guy needs he needs a jolt. He needs to see his like little like rat car being burned to the ground to like, wake up and know what he is, a homeless bum, like kind of the speech I gave you before." So Cage does it. The car inferno. You thought that the arrival of his son was super convenient. Guess what? Here's the old man just in time to see his home burning. This brings us to our final clip. This one's called Keys.
The keys. Where the fucking keys?
That's the old man for our audio only listeners, not Cage. So where's it? Yeah, I mean, we thought it was going to be, but who cares? Who cares where the old man's been? He brings his gun to the beach, does the old man, and he threatens all the Bay Boys, Cage and Kid included, because now they're Bay Boys too. Cage talks his way into safety, giving the old man a trinket that he stole from the car back to him. And then the old man blows away Scully. We conveniently don't care about this because we just found out 4 minutes ago that he's a pedophile. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So old man kills himself as well. This is traumatizing Cage's kid forever. But otherwise, a happy ending, I guess. I don't know. Does he get the house now? Does he lead the Bay Boys into a new tomorrow? We'll never really know. Super dissatisfying. I hate it. And just a closing note: awkward zoom-ins does not a good movie make. Yeah, they do it 17 times to make him feel like questionably crazy.
So I think the whole point is
what they think is supposed to be a really interesting take on the movie. The sound design while they're doing it, you're right, Rob, is good. but like zooming into his eyebrows does not make it like an interesting.
It looks like a woodchuck or something, like an anteater.
Yeah, definitely.
I was having a really hard time finding dissenters, like people that didn't like this.
The audience,
the people that did like it, they talked about the color and the beauty of the beach.
The cinematography is great. The sound design is great. Nicolas Cage is great, but the script sucks.
Well, that's the thing. Cage's acting and the the photography was said to be the better parts, but
I don't know that.
I don't think that's gonna make a movie watchable.
No.
Like Nosferatu was really gorgeous to look at, but I was bored. Yeah. It was really a boring movie.
Yeah. You can't really that's a trade-off these days. You can't have one or the other. I don't think filmmakers are capable of it because everything's done by committee. So it's like you get like David Fincher doing really great stuff, but somebody else wrote a lackluster screenplay that he has to elevate through his craft. Or Fincher, when he was like a writer-director, would write something, but like somebody else would direct it, and they wouldn't have his wherewithal to make what he put on paper come to life. And I think that's what Hollywood's going through right now.
I don't have. There's not a lot of footage of Stanley Kubrick's interviews because he wouldn't do them. But there's one, and they made a mini documentary, and he talks about he started off as a photographer, and he told the interviewer, he said, "I don't know how anyone can make a movie if they don't study photography. I think a lot of directors just don't."
He had a I don't want to get too off. We're good on runtime, but like Kubrick famously had a scale replica of the Overlook Hotel for The Shining, and he would spend hours lining up shots in the miniature with miniature lights, snap a photo, send someone to go get the photo developed, bring it back, look at it for like an hour, and then put it aside and just continue doing that. But when they actually went to the actual soundstage, they would hold his photograph of the miniature up with like his desired lighting, and it'd look identical. Like he was insane, certifiably fucking insane. Yeah.
That's cool, though.
Back to this story. The real life Bay Boys have only recently, like in 2024, had to shell out money for lawsuits. They've had to take down their surf shack, and most of them have been run out of town. Like it, just recently.
Good.
Yeah.
They deserve it.
All right.
Okay, so. Yeah, dissatisfying ending. Let's throw it to fact or no fact.
All right.
Bob's about to spit some facts, so...
Shut your hole!
Stress gel?
Because you're going to want to...
Eat that shit up.
Like that.
All right.
The surfer was just the surfer. I'm running out of energy to make those.
The butthole surfer. There we go.
The butthole surfer.
As popular as this was, not a lot of information, or there's just no interesting information. So I did find enough, but barely. Okay, so out of these 5 things, pick out the one that is not true. Okay, first one: Australian payphones can't receive calls. Okay.
All right.
Second one: Cage actually grew up surfing and skateboarding in California.
Okay.
Wow, that's loud. Third one: the rat featured in the film actually bit Nicolas Cage for real. Okay. Fourth one: this received a 6-minute standing ovation at the Cannes Film Festival. It was just Rob, no one else. Anyway, and
it was just him for 6 minutes. They were like, "Can you please sit down?"
This was the character who plays Scully. This was his final film role, and filmed and released before he died.
Oh no!
Untimely death.
Well, he actually died on set when the bum shot him.
Yeah. They tried to get Jamie Kennedy for the bum role, but they actually got a crazy homeless bum, and he brought a real gun to set and shot this guy in the head. So, unfortunately,
they brought in Alec Baldwin just for the occasion.
I believe the Cage. See, the rat biting Nicolas Cage for real. That seems like something that would be from like another movie where he gets close
That
to
was
a
my
rat.
immediate thought.
But also,
Although
I could see Cage on the production for this movie going like, "It can't be a fake rat. It's got to be real," and then like it backfiring immediately. So I don't know.
When
I
he
wanna
like
say-
grabs the rat though and like puts it into a sock and like throws it against the side of the car and he's like, "Hiya, hiya, hiya," and then goes like throws it into the woods. Like I feel like that wasn't
Right.
real. Rat.
So I think the Australian payphone one's tripping me up because I'm uncultured swine and I don't know enough about the world to validate or dismiss that. But I would have reason to believe that payphones need to receive phone calls in case like an incident happens and like police dispatch needs to like get a spectator on the line to make sense of the situation, right? So that might be mine. Cage probably did grow up. He was, I mean, his first role was in Fast Times, Ridgemont High, and he was like kind of like in that wheelhouse, you know. The rat. I want to believe the standing ovation because I reviewed this a long time ago. This like I wasn't gonna pitch this for the pod. Somebody else did. So like I did some research on this in the past. I want to say I did receive that, and I don't know enough about Scally. I want to say the cell phone, the payphones can't receive calls. Lie. I think payphones are supposed to receive calls because for emergency purposes. If something happens like in that parking lot and the authorities need to get in touch with locals, they would do it through the payphone. Like in real life, not in this fictional one we just walked through. All right, that's my answer. One's the lie.
I'm sensing a little Bob-foolery here, and it comes in the form of number 4, the 6-minute Canis. How do you pronounce this festival?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be con, but I always say can.
It's French. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I think that it was nominated, even maybe won an award there, but I think that flashed while you like in the intro to the movie, and Bob knows that we saw that, so he thought, they're gonna think the 6-minute thing is real, so I'll go with number 4.
You did hear Rob say he researched this and he read that already. So
I think I did.
American payphones have numbers for probably the reason Rob mentioned, but Australians, no, they don't have a number. They can only make outgoing calls.
Oh, really? All right.
Yeah.
Oh, there's that.
Australian payphone. That was actually I read that like in 3 different places. So I'm like, okay, I get it. Enough.
Yeah.
Cage has never surfed until this movie, and
he
never stayed on the board long enough for a camera to catch it.
Did he skateboard?
No, he doesn't do any of that stuff. No, he said he wanted to maybe try it again someday, but he said he admittedly is very bad at things.
All
right. He did get bit in the hand for real. Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
There was a 6-minute standing ovation. And Julian McMahon was the actor, and I want to say he did film something else, but this one was the last one filmed and released before he died. And he's pretty young.
Yeah, he was. He was probably late 40s.
So poor guy. But apparently,
that's
all
too
the
bad.
Australian actors were in a ton of things. I just don't know them.
All right.
Me neither. Let's start to what we're watching.
I bet you that virgin bride tastes just like cherry pie.
How do you eat that shit up?
Okay, let's take a bite out of what we're watching.
For me, and you know this already probably because it is probably going to be in the early audio of this own episode here, but the Chair Company. It's Tim Robinson.
Yeah.
Season 1, episode 1 and 2 I saw just today on recommendation by Rob, who sent me this dude that we follow on TikTok telling me about it.
Jason Harjan.
Yeah, I didn't know how to pronounce his last name, so I appreciate that. And I won't next time because it's a weird last name. But so is mine, so who cares? Season 1, episode 1, episode 2, like super, super interesting. I told Aaron that I don't really know what subversive means, but I feel like this is subversive.
Subversive
comedy.
means like it pulls the rug under your expectations and does quite the opposite of what you're expecting.
Yeah, see? Not quite the opposite, huh? I see what you did there. I'm going to wake up 3 a.m. and eat a hot dog out of the upper decker of my toilet because you just said that.
Nice.
But I saw episode 1 and episode 2, and I cannot wait to watch episode 3. I made my wife watch episode 1, and I was 3 minutes late to this episode airing on Discord because I had to have her see it because it's comedy, it's dramedy, it's suspense. I don't know. It's like a whodunit. It's like a comedy noir. It's like a really interesting.
For Tim Robinson, if you're familiar with like the rest of his work, he's doing a pretty good job of playing it straight because he's normally unhinged all the time.
Yeah, and he does some of the unhinged, but I think he does it in a relatively contained way. That
there are proper escalations here. Like
right. So it's excellent so far, but I've seen 2 episodes, so like how far can I go in the praise for the season? I shouldn't overpraise having only been 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Rob and I disagree here, but I'm really happy with the new season of South Park. I watch everything available on Paramount Plus. I know that Rob is not like big into like political commentary.
No, because you can watch Seth Meyers be a fucking bloviating wet dick bag on any late night TV show. Do that shit.
Yeah, I just think that any dissenting voice for what is going on in our government right now is probably a good thing. I'm really happy to have some of the funniest people on earth like making fun of the current administration.
Here's what I hate about the dialogue. What I hate about the dialogue is if I'm critical of a comedy that's critical of Trump because I don't think it's smart or fun or clever comedy, that means I'm not critical of Trump. And that's whenever I post a review or something, that's the dialogue that gets. I'm a triggered MAGA because I don't want yet another program to be a roast the news show because every other fucking show does that.
No. I mean I hear what you're saying, and you know that I haven't said that to you.
Yeah, no, you haven't, but like a bunch of strangers online have, and it hurts my feelings.
I don't think that's true. I get your point, and I understand that it's like low-hanging fruit also, but it's...
I do think orange. The American... He talks funny. His hands and wiener are small. I mean, Drum.
Yeah, but I'll take any outlet that reaches out to anyone who needs to hear the message at this point. Because
going back to what Rob said, yeah, it is. I mean, going back to what Rob said, I think you can dislike someone. Like, I don't think Kimmel's very funny, but he's saying things anti-Trump. But I think, and this is where you just made fun of him, but I think Seth Meyers has really good writing stuff. I think that it's much funnier. And I think Colbert's writing staff's not that good, and I think John Oliver's is really good. John
Oliver's. I feel like Colbert goes back and forth because Colbert actually says things like opening monologue that I do find funny, and then he says things in his opening monologue that I find to be like abhorrently cheesy.
Now,
I
Chris,
never want to hear you make it like that again.
I'll extend an olive branch now. Now that they're approaching the end of the season, and Trump and Vance and all of them are becoming like ancillary characters, and they're doing gags based on the fiction within South Park's own absurd little universe. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's not. Okay. They're just not. But the first 4 or 5 episodes, when they're just reading headlines, though, dude, it's like, come on, man. I know. But in the current few episodes, it's like, oh, this is just the South Park version of that, and it's funny again, in my mind. So
yeah, I just like. I enjoy that South Park is saying like the ICE raids are fucked, and like the fact that we have a guy who's like literally trying to. I don't want to get too. We're about to lose some. Never mind. We're gonna lose some of our audience because like I've never really revealed how progressive I can be. So I'm gonna stop now, and I'm gonna throw it to Bob for what he's watching.
Yeah, so I watched 2 movies in 2 days or 2 nights. One I've been putting off for a long time, Dark Man from 1990.
I love Dark and Liam Neeson.
Oh,
yeah. It was. I loved it. It was really good. So it's a Sam Raimi movie.
Don't
right?
watch the second and third though.
No, he only produced those. He was trying to. He wanted to do The Shadow. He wanted to do a remake of The Shadow, and somehow he didn't get the rights.
Yeah.
But he wanted to pay homage to the old Universal monster movies, and he created this old Darkman character. Liam Neeson's good. I never heard him do an American accent though until this movie. But he plays a skin scientist or something, and he seeks revenge on the men who disfigured him. It's really good fun. If you're overly bothered by junk science, you might have a hard time. But also, I didn't know at the time he made this, he was living with the Coen brothers and Frances McDormand, and they actually helped him get it going.
I didn't know that either.
His writing, and that's why McDormand got the part. It was actually supposed to go to Julia Roberts, and Julia Roberts had a hard time with the story. She was bothered by it, so she turned it down. Yeah, I did a lot of research. I kept pausing it to do research, and it was very interesting.
Well, you know what? Julia Roberts, Mystic Pizza sucks.
Yeah.
Not just the movie, but the pizza itself. Trust me, it's like a half an hour away. It's not good.
And Rob, if you haven't seen this yet, you're gonna watch it. It's called The Monkey.
Okay.
It says it's based on Stephen King, but it's so loosely based on Stephen King.
I watched this a couple weeks ago and put it on. Yeah.
Okay, you had it on the. Okay.
It's definitely
it's definitely a horror comedy. It's very fun. The pacing is perfect. Like, when it's been just long enough since the last death is another one. And the kills were creative, but the practical effects just weren't there. It was a lot of CGI, which I was okay with because it was supposed to be funny. It was supposed to be funny, not scary. It definitely wasn't scary.
Yeah. When I brought it up, I was saying it's a horror comedy, but it's more like a comedy horror, where it's a comedy with horror relief instead of a horror with comedy relief.
And the characters are also fucking dark. It's great.
Yeah. Speaking of dark,
that's it.
There's one movie I'm going to bring up because I watch a bunch of shit for work and stuff, but Butt Boy. It came out in 2019.
God damn it, Rob.
It's a
I added it to my list already.
It's got a 70 on Rotten Tomatoes, audience and critical. It's about a guy who becomes fixated on shoving things up his ass, and it becomes a problem when neighborhood pets and children start disappearing. He goes to AA to deal with his addiction, thinking any addiction counseling will be fine. And he meets a hard-boiled detective who becomes his sponsee. And the hard-boiled detective is onto him about his ass.
Investigating his case.
Yeah. So basically, this they play it straight like a film noir. But it's a hard-boiled alcoholic detective in recovery on the verge of falling off the wagon because he stumbled upon this guy's secret in which he shoves things up his ass and they disappear.
I will never watch that.
There's one scene where he's driving away from the guy and you look in the rear view and he's just bent over and his cheeks are spread.
Yeah.
And he wakes up in the underworld after having gotten sucked up his ass.
Right, yeah. See, this is something I will literally never watch, no matter what.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah, maybe so, but I'll never know.
All right, fair enough.
Offensive minigame?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's time for us to decide what's the most offensive in the offensive minigame.
Get it right, Cracker Jack.
What's up?
I said Butt Boy. Yeah, I thought Dr. Giggles was a bad suggestion for you, but... All right. Puppy Hit and Run from Norbit.
Okay.
I feel like maybe I should preface by saying what movie we're up against here, but Norbit had the old Puppy Hit and Run, or awkwardly orange acting.
The Puppy Hit and Run.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a clear victory for Norbit in the offensive category, but
as if that's not already offensive, there was no reason for it.
Literally. It wasn't funny. It didn't move the story along. It did nothing for it, except for make me hate the person who directed it for thinking about running over a dog.
Yeah.
Fat Kids Are Funny, or Eat the Rat.
Fat Kids Are Funny. Because Eat the Rat, that was a visceral reaction to all the abuse he sustained.
Ate
And-
the rat.
And the other one's and the other one's making fun of like kids who probably don't have control over their diet fully yet because their parents are just feeding them whatever slop.
Because their parents are also like super fat and they just want to eat whatever they want, so they have their kids eat what they're having for dinner also.
Yeah.
Watch for flat white or not blackface.
Not blackface.
Not blackface.
All right.
Because the
So
whole
it's unanimous.
exchange, I feel like Nicolas Cage's character was like acting on good faith that like people wouldn't be total fucking douchebags to him, and it backfired because he should have known better, but he didn't, and
He should have.
Vaguely sympathetic in this context, but dressing up as an Asian and doing the R's as L's like is pretty out of pocket.
Yeah, for sure. Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
What was worse? Original premise much better for Norbit, or an unappealing premise for the surfer?
Boy, that's a. So here's the thing: the surfer picked the premise, thinking it was good, and stuck with it. Whereas Norbit, they made a choice to not make it dark, and I feel like that was like a change of opinion, which would ended up being a bad choice. Whereas I'll give the surfer credit for just sticking to their guns.
Idea.
Yeah.
All right. So worst production going to Norbit as well.
Yep.
Acting? I guess Norbit.
Norbit.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't feel like Respucia was believable.
Yeah. I don't think the acting I think the acting is the only good thing about The Surfer. I don't think, like, it's pretty lackluster screenplay. The cinematography and sounds good, but, like, all right, imagine, like, if anybody else other than Nicolas Cage was in that role. It would not be good.
I don't. Put Daniel Day-Lewis in there. He'd crush it.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Sure. Get Abraham Lincoln in there. Totally awesome.
Yeah, get old Abe in there.
Get old Abe, honest Abe.
Well, he's very honest. You believe everything he says.
Yeah.
He does. Offensive, we already went over that just now. It's Norbit as well. So there's only 5 categories. I think you know where this is going. Dialogue, what was worse? It's definitely Norbit.
Yeah.
Just 100%. No doubt
I
about it.
disagree, but it doesn't matter.
How you doing?
Yeah.
It was a comedy. They tried. I really do think surfer dialogue was just weird.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think Norbert's worse. I think Norbert's worse.
Okay.
Norbit.
Yeah. Norbit. Yeah. Norbit in our orbit. What's the demerit for the surfer? Repetitive second act?
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though that was part of it. Yeah.
And they were trying to red herring, but like it wasn't like a good red herring because you kind of knew that he wasn't the old guy, but they were implying it heavily.
Yeah.
Like beige herring. Beige herring. I don't know.
Beige herring.
Fuchsia.
Okay, I
Fuchsia
gotta write
herring.
that. Beige herring. Versus domestic abuse is not funny.
I'm gonna go with the domestic abuse is worse.
Clean sweep. The worst movie of the season was Norbit. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Who suggested Norbit? I know that was a fan.
That was Kayla's suggestion. Yes.
Oh. Okay, maybe that's why I didn't remember.
You don't like her.
Worst movie of the season. Great. Good job. Whatever. Norbit. Next movie we're watching is another suggestion. This one by Joanne.
Yeah.
This one is Primal Fear. It is a good movie episode.
Download that. Yeah.
I'll try again.
It's good. It's Edward Norton's first role. Yeah, Edward Norton's first role.
Oh, is it? I didn't realize it was his first.
It's his first role and it's his breakout role. And
he's a really good actor, so I have faith. I haven't seen this yet.
Yeah,
there's one movie that was on our poll that never won. That's kind of my rosebud, called Stone. It came out in 2010, where he stars opposite Robert De Niro, and he does the same like Southern drawl, but he's got cornrows in Stone, but he looks like normal in Primal Fear. Primal Fear is infinitely better, but Stone it's worthy podcast fodder. I might throw it on for the next season's premiere after we do Primal Fear.
That's cool with me. You guys realize we're going into the holiday season, right? So we're gonna have to do a couple Christmas movies.
Oh shit! Yeah, good point.
I have a Christmas Rosebud.
Okay.
And so we have done the Santa Claus, right?
Yeah.
We even did Jingle All the Way too. But
No,
what I really
first
want.
one.
Oh, really?
It was original.
Oh, we did Tooth Fairy too. I'm thinking, is
Yeah.
Larry the Cable Guy Jingle All the Way too?
Oh, he might be.
Because maybe we should do that. But the Santa Claus 2 with Tim Allen is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
It is Larry the Cable Guy Jingle All the Way too.
Okay, so we need to do both of those now.
Okay,
I am now like percolating in the like tense butthole, pushing out 2 little rosebuds. One is Jingle All the Way 2 with Larry the Cable Guy, because I haven't seen it, but I'm sure it's horrible. But I have seen Santa Claus 2, which is the Tim Allen sequel to the Santa Claus, which we have done.
Yeah.
And it is Tim Allen as the Santa Claus, but also plastic replica Santa Claus. I know that sounds insane if you haven't seen it. He actually plays like a plastic replica of Santa Claus as well as the Santa Claus in the Santa Claus 2. And it is as bad as a Christmas movie could be. I'd rather watch a Hallmark Mario Lopez Christmas movie than that one. So I think we should do it. Anyway, worst of the season in orbit. Next, Primal Fear. Rob, why don't you plug us and then throw it over to Bob for his last word.
All right, you can find us at www.theworstmovieevermade.com. We are on all the streaming apps, and if you have like a third-party app, you can just search us. We'll be there too. It's called an RSS feed. It's the year 2025. You can find us. We are on TikTok. We are on Instagram. We were doing mailbag this season, so we were taking emails, which you can also find at www.theworstmovieevermade.com. When we don't do mailbags, we do a poll on our Instagram where you can vote against all of our 3 picks, and whatever one wins, we'll do the following week. However, if you do email us directly, we will circumvent the poll and just prioritize whatever film you happen to email to us.
Whatever you like.
That is www.theworstmovieevermade.com. Bob, last word?
I was going to pick on Chris, but he was giving me reach rounds all episode. Chris, you said 9 a.m. in the morning, and I thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
But did I?
The last word, you did. The last word is anCHOVY.
anCHOVY? I hope it's anCHOVY. All right, here we go. See you next week, guys, with Primal Fear, with Richard Gere and Edward Norton all up in here.
Wow, nice.
Rob, have you seen Thanksgiving?
Take a schmave.
What's up?
Have you seen Thanksgiving?
Yes, I have.
Is that the gobble gobble motherfucker
with Gary
one?
Busey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Ginger Dead Man's also pretty good.
Oh, maybe that's the Gary Busey one. Thanks, Schmave, Shay, JK, Midge McKay, Slow Drip, Jeff, Joanne, Dustin, and I guess for the suggestion of Norbit, we got to give you a little credit, Kayla. Bye, Jelly School.
That's a wrap, guys. Bye, Jelly School. No technical difficulties, except for my keyboard being loud, apparently, but I